And so, with that, look, as mayor, he will be our ally. And labor and working New Yorkers, they need allies like Zohran in City Hall. Because when we're fighting for our contracts, we need to know that we're going to have backup. And with him, there's no question about it. Now, the second issue, affordability, right? For our members, what is critical is affordability. The cost of housing, the cost of childcare, the cost of transportation, the cost of groceries, right? These are all the things that allow us to live in the greatest city of the world. The city that is made the greatest city in the world by the men and women who work here, right? And Zohran has exactly the same goals as we do, to make this city affordable, not for billionaires, but for regular working New Yorkers. So, why is labor coalescing behind the Democratic candidate? It's simple. He wants the same things that we do, and we can trust that he will have our backs when we need him. So with that, I'm going to stop talking, and I'm going to hand it over to Manny Pastrich, president of 32BJ. Manny?
All right. Is 32BJ in the house? Are the nurses in the house? Is HTC in the house? Is the labor movement in the house? When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. So again, my name's Manny Pastrich, and I have the honor of representing 90,000 New Yorkers, residential building service workers, airport workers, security officers, and cleaners, school custodians from all across this city. And along with my partners in labor today, I take great pride in representing the essential workers who keep New York City running day and night. We're here today to show that working people are coming together, labor's united and energized in support of Zohran Mamdani for mayor of New York City. We're united in the message that Zohran's put forward, a message that puts affordability front and center, a vision that dreams of big, bold solutions that have real meaning for our members. On Thursday last week, we're preparing for this endorsement. We sat with members to discuss our next steps. Maria, one of our residential member leaders, who talked to at least 1,000 voters going into the election, talked about why she moved to New Jersey. And she literally came to tears when she talked about having to leave New York because she couldn't afford the housing, because she couldn't afford the transportation, because the cost of everything, including food, was too high. And she literally said, can you help this? Can you make it so I can move back to my city, move back to where I work, because I want to come back to New York where I'm from? Are we ready to make that happen? Yes! And I am very proud of what we've accomplished for our members, very proud every day. But Maria's story is the story of so many of our members who've had to move farther and farther away from where they work, members who are having harder and harder time to make ends meet. And we have to take action. We do everything we can to give a raise, but if that raise doesn't keep up with the cost of living in New York, we're going to all step backwards, and that is why we're excited that Zohran is coming with big, bold ideas and solutions. Are we ready to fight for Zohran? I also want to say one more thing about my members. A majority of them are immigrants. Any immigrants in the house today? We come from all four corners of the globe, and people have escaped violence, poverty, and all kinds of disasters. But when I talk to our members, they don't talk about why they left the countries they came to. They take great pride in the work that they do every day. But what they really talk about is that they want to build a better life. They want to build the American dream. The cleaning, the wheelchair pushing, and the door opening is a path to build a better life, and it has deep meaning. And the hard work and dreams of immigrants are as tied to the best part of this city and this country as anything and anybody. Zohran, your message, your life story, what you stand for has deep meaning for 32BJ members. So thank you for leaning into who you are, who we are, the immigrant experience, the love of this country, and appreciating our contributions. At this moment, when the political winds on immigration are blowing hard into our face, we know that we can count on you to have your feet planted very firmly, so thank you. And at this moment, when our healthcare is at risk, when unions and working people are under attack, thank you for being a powerful voice for a better way. As Republicans in Washington, D.C. give tax breaks for the rich, mortgage our future on the backs of working and poor people, we need a power and motivating voice like yours, a voice that stands up and fights back. This is our moment to come together. We stand united. Because this moment calls for courage, vision, and concrete plans. In short, a political movement, a vision of what we can be, a way to bring energy and talent and optimism that makes New York the greatest city in the world, and the concrete solutions working people need to achieve our dreams. When we fight, we win! That's the vision Zohran Mamdani has put forward and why we're excited to endorse him for mayor. Zohran Mamdani has united and inspired New Yorkers in a positive, optimistic vision and a truly affordable city. He's ready and equipped to fight for our city. You've made it clear you're ready to stand up to the attacks from Trump administration. New York's essential workers are ready to join Zohran in the effort to achieve the vision and the work it takes to get there. If there's one thing that 32BJ and labor knows, it's coming together to build a better tomorrow, and we look forward to doing that with you. Zohran, let's give it up for Zohran!
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! All right. Thank you, Manny. All right, next we have Nancy Higgins, president of NYSNA Nurses. Please.
Thank you. Let's go, nurses. Are there any nurses in the house? Labor in the house? When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Well, I'd like to say thank you. My name is Nancy Higgins, and I am thrilled to be here today with my union siblings and to support our future mayor, Zohran Mamdani. Now that the votes counted, I'd like to congratulate you. Congratulations on your victory in the primary. More than 40,000 frontline nurses and healthcare professionals who make the New York State Nurses Association proudly endorse Zohran Mamdani for mayor of New York City. His win, the biggest victory, drew new voters to the polls, brought back disaffected voters, and built a diverse coalition inspired by message of tackling New York's affordability crisis. Zohran, you have stood with nurses on the picket line, fighting for dignity and a fair contract. You have supported our campaign to win safe staffing, increase funding for public hospitals, achieve pay equity for the public sector nurses, prevent hospital closures, and protect New York from future public health emergencies. You have been there for nurses. As you go into the general election, you could count on NYSNA's full support. Not only to win in November, but as partners in creating a New York City that puts working people first, not billionaires. I am thrilled to see labor is coalescing around Zohran to meet this historic moment. Labor is particularly well positioned to join Zohran's fight to build a city where all working families can have a dignified life, because it's at the core of what we do. We share his vision of a city that provides health care, public transportation, education, and other vital services, so that New Yorkers don't just survive, but we want to thrive. Zohran, you will be the mayor that we could count on to join a picket line and to be on the side of the workers in every fight. He has already shown he could lead with grace, humility, and effectiveness, even in the face of baseless attack on his faith and his immigration background. As an immigrant from Haiti, I know all too well what it's like to face discrimination, stereotypes, race and racist attacks for being a leader in the public eye. So let me say, labor is united with Zohran against any form of bigotry in our movement, whether it's anti-Semitism, racism, or xenophobia. And we certainly won't tolerate Islamophobia against a future mayor either. We will not tolerate Islamophobia. We will go to bat for him the same way we go to bat for our members, because we believe in his unifying message of delivering a life of dignity for working people of this city. We believe in equity. We believe in solidarity. An injury to one is an injury to all. For too long, corporate interests and billionaires have had an outside influence in our election, our labor laws, and our public budget. Just look at the big, ugly bill Senate that passed yesterday. That bill, yes, is a windfall for billionaires and a disaster for working people that will decimate essential programs such as Medicaid, affecting millions of New Yorkers. Now more than ever, we need a mayor who will stand up and fight back. And I believe we have that mayor in Zohran Mamdani. And Zohran, 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 Zohran. Thank you for your solidarity. Thank you, and solidarity forever. We're with you. Power! Power! Power!
Power! So we have one more speaker before we get to the main attraction. Brendan Griffin, acting president of the New York City CLC.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, everybody.